Success story. First intern checked in. Time to lock another casualty. Success story.
Building dreams where numbers grow. Code is my glow. It's all I know. Infinite loops. I won't let go. Syntax sings. Symphony. Loops on a rise. Jamie's world, a stream of light. Cold is my love, my endless flow, building dreams where numbers grow. Cold is my glow, it's all I know. Infinite loops, I won't let go. Lines connect the digital vein. Logic hums like falling rain. Every air fuels the brain.
I don't think anybody's going to mind if we get started about 20 minutes early. Fam, good morning. It is, for some of you it's morning. Actually, it's afternoon. I got to get used to it.
Confirmed. HR will overlook your crimes. This time.
I'll have to make sure that I change my greeting. Alfie, where are we at now, love? 53 months. Thank you so much for the continued support. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, love. Good morning. It is morning for you still. Good morning. It is good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
It's all I know.
Yeah, still morning. Well, for some of us. Actually, for Alfie, I think it's afternoon. Kira again. Hello. Cheryl, hello. It is good to see you, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh my gosh. It is afternoon for you, right? It would have to be at this point. I always forget that you're just one behind me. I always seem to think it's two, and I don't know why. I don't know why I get mountains stuck in my mind when you're, yeah. But yeah. Oh, man. And yes, little sis lives in the past. I have just a little bit of my coffee left, so I'm going to finish this up and then I'm going to move on to water. You're central, Alfie. You're central. That means you're in the middle. Like Malcolm. Although central's kind of a lot more middle than one little guy, so, you know. Cheryl, yeah, I always make that mistake with Alfie. I don't know why I've got that, like, embedded in my brain. But I do that a lot. Like, smack in the middle of the country. Like, literally, yes, you are. I like to think, Alfie, that you get where you are, you get a wide view of all of the great weather that this country has to offer. I don't think there's anything you all get to miss. Oh, man. I feel like Mother Nature in your area, like, just spins a wheel and says, no, that's good for today. It's like when I lived in Buffalo, same thing. You just never knew. 50 degrees one day, 80 another. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Alfie, it just, you know what? It just cooled down here, and all I can say, it's a lot nicer. It's going to make it a lot easier to start doing voice work and all that again, too. Which is good, because I've got a lot I've got to record. But, oh, yeah. Bring on the cooler weather, please. I'm ready now. I'm ready. The other thing is the heat really makes my life difficult with my allergies. It has a massive effect on my sinuses and all that, especially humid heat. So I feel it. I enjoy it though. I enjoy a nice change of seasons. I enjoy it getting, a bit colder in the winter, warmer in the summer. Where we are now, we don't deal with as much snow. We get to see it. But we don't have to actually deal with it in too many ways, knock on Formica. Every once in a while around here, we do get a bad winter and we're digging ourselves out. But otherwise, for the most part, they're doable. Oh, summer finally decided to arrive. Well, you end up always getting summer late. You're complaining about the heat long after the rest of us are like, huh? We're talking about how cool it is where we are, and you're like, yeah, it's still really hot here. And I wish it would stop. No, you start summer in May usually. I do remember you complaining about it a whole lot more though. After the rest of us are like, oh yeah, it's gotten cooler and fall is really here and on, and you're like, it's still so hot. I'm not sure when this is gonna end. Cheryl, by the way, down there, what do you do for that 1 month of winter anyway in Florida? Do you all like just plastic your houses up and stay inside for 30 days? It's got to be tough because when your body gets that used to the heat and you get something like 50, 60 degrees where everybody else is like, you're like, oh my God, it's so cold. Oh, just complain. Okay. No plastic, just complaining. Okay. Sis, yeah, those are the kind of, that's not the only scenario like that. But yes, those are the scenarios I'm thinking of what I'm saying. About the whole, like your heat just seems to hang out a whole lot longer. It's all about where you live. As just previously discussed, you could be Cheryl and have 11 months of summer. The problem I would have with that is it's also hot and muggy down there. So that's a little different. I have a tougher time with that. If I had ever lived in the southeast of the United States, I would have moved extra slow. Just to keep myself from passing out. There were entire, I don't know, like family vacations when we drive down or whatever, because we had family down in the southeast and we go down and visit. I remember how brutally hot it was. I was a kid and I could barely move. Cheryl, oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The other side of the coin is the big rainstorms that bring like 12 inches of rain at once. Yeah. Quite the variety, sis. Quite the variety. But yeah, when I went and spent a couple weeks down there and got to hang with my family, I understand why in the southeast, especially the summer, why people just generally move slower. Because you have to. It's literally the human body only being able to take so much. And once because I was being Mr. Northeasterner while I'm down there visiting, once I learned to slow, I wasn't getting so tired and overheated as quickly either. It actually becomes a physical necessity to slow down. When you're outside. When you're inside, not so much if you can get into air conditioning or whatever. It's like almost any place else in the world. But when you're outside, especially if you're like working construction or anything like that, yeah, you got to slow it down. For sure. It's the sloth life. Well, in July, especially. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You do. You just slow down. You slow down because you have to. You really do. You do what you have to do. But again, in the summer, Southeast, you're slowing down. You don't have a choice. It's just too hot. It's just too hot. Fam, here's what we're going to be doing today, by the way. Today, we are going to be building a map from scratch. I have a couple little ideas in it already, but we're actually going to be building Chateau De Pluck. Here's what is going on, fam. For those of you that are not aware how we're handling the game dev side of things now, every Tuesday for 3 hours, okay, from 2 to 5, which is where we're at right now, it's going to be a little snapshot window. We're going to do something really fun and interesting, something that you can all actually see on the screen. So, which is why we'll do a lot of NPC development. We'll do a lot of map development. I might work out some mechanics, things like that, if I think it's going to be a fun day. And that's the kind of stuff we'll do live. When it comes to the story end of it, what I'm working really hard to do is not do that on camera or do minimal for 2 reasons. Number one, if I may, I've gone back and watched our old VODs. It's boring as watching me do that because you can't see anything. There's nothing graphical. There's nothing to be seen. It's just me looking down at my keyboard, typing in lines of text that are going to fill in the story. That doesn't work. What we will do is, again, map building, NPC development, maybe working out mechanics, especially if it's a comical one that I have to try and figure out or build out in a new way. That's the fun stuff to watch. Something that is coming up, fam, as well, that's going to give us plenty of material for the live streams. We have already a new character developer that we're going to use once we're done with the Mage's Rift. That's when we're going to move into some of this stuff. But we have a new character designer we're going to be using, so I'll show you how that's going to work. There's also an entire suite of tools that we are going to be picking up very, very soon that is going to help us build out the rest of the game. And it's going to be a lot of fun for us to actually get in there and mess around with it a bit, learn with all of you again, which is always fun, and show you all the tools as we learn them. So yeah, that's where we're going to be headed with this. Couple of quick announcements, fam. Just a couple of things I'd like you to not forget about. Please remember, this weekend is the Creativersary. Okay, we are going to start on Friday night. The streams are going to all be at their normal times. We're just throwing in an extra one. So on Friday, it's going to be from 6 to 9.
Oh, saggy pineapples.
Saggy pineapples. Friday, it's going to be 6 to 9. All right, we're doing a special additional stream on Saturday. We're going to be playing golf with your friends, with the community. We're going to do that from 2 to 5. And then on Sunday, we'll also do 2 to 5. And instead of doing music, which is what we normally do, we're going to actually do some work with emotes. I've decided I'd like the emotes to be based on sass. So what we're going to do, the first thing we'll do during that stream is we're going to finalize sass's look. The second thing we're going to do is start to work on the emotes. And we'll knock some of those out as well. And you all can interject your ideas, things like that. I have a new skill set, so the emotes will hopefully move along a bit faster. We'll see. We'll see. After that, it's business as usual, fam. Streams on Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I have a little surprise for you all there. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm saying that right? Yes. Okay. Just want to make sure I had it right myself. Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All of the streams will run from 2 to 5 p.m. except the Friday night stream. Friday night streams will run from 6 to 9, and that's Agents of Chaos. Just for us to be able to have some fun with it. But again, fam, we are going to have giveaways this weekend as always. I finished the merch yesterday. Now, it's not up in public on the website yet. I did sneak a couple of sneak peeks off to people just to show them. However, one of the things that I did develop is a brand new, we're calling it the intern line, okay? And it's a brand new standard damage t-shirt. It is a little bit more on the pricey side, and that's because the design required a front print, a back print, prints on either sleeve, And they even allow for a little print where the tag would go now, which is actually kind of cool. That's not a big deal. But the printing around the shirt is what added cost to it. What I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to take that shirt. I'm going to create a set. I will leave that shirt up there for people that want it, but I'm going to also focus on that as a giveaway. So whenever we do a big weekend or something like that, that'll be like the grand prize. And I'm going to do that this weekend too, by the way, fam. Okay. I will put another shirt in there that is another adult shirt that is less expensive. It just won't have as much of the design around it. We're going to take a couple things off of it and see if we can reduce the price a bit. So, but it turned out, all of them all turned out fantastic. Emotional support coffee, emotional support blanket, science through FAFO, 3 different new intern shirts. We have a sweatshirt in there, a hoodie in there this time. The notebook is in there. I redesigned the notebook and have that all set. It's going to be fun. And wait until you see the sticker sheet. I get the feeling the sticker sheet might be a hit. Rico, how are you? It is good to see you. Welcome in. Jared, welcome in. You had to because Twitch suggested pineapples. I feel like we should mark this day on a calendar somewhere. On August 19th, 2025, Twitch recommended pineapples to Jared. You have an elk notebook. Dying for decorations. There's the stickers, fam, by the way. The stickers I was able to keep really inexpensive. There were certain prices that fluctuated because of, and I won't get into it, fam, but everything that's going on, that's all I feel I need to say at this point. All right, so I did have to adjust some pricing a little bit. The stickers, staying about the same. And that's why I actually spent extra time designing the stickers, making it an entire sheet so it was spaced properly and everything. Because I wanted to pack it with as many stickers as I could. I think my personal favorite is, you see this? Don't do this. Shadow, how are you? Welcome in. It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So fam, again, the reason I said what I said about the game earlier, by the way, is just because I'm going to be, again, doing some of the fun stuff on stream, but it's not going to be as cohesive as it used to be. I'll let you know generally what's happening and why we're designing something. I won't leave you in the dark, of course. But a lot of the story and all that, I'm not going to do live anymore. The other big reason, fam, it's not just that it's boring to watch. It gives away a lot of the story, and these are going to be very story-heavy driven games. Very heavy story-driven games. So I want to make sure I don't give you all the jokes before before the game is released. And a number of people were coming back and watching the VODs after the fact. So I want to make sure I save some surprises, is the whole idea. I was doing that to a much smaller degree. Now we're doing it to a much bigger degree. 3 hours of build out is done live on stream with you all. There's another, generally now, well, once we fully settle into the new routine, it's probably going to be another 15 hours off camera each week. At least. Kira, and yes, and I was thinking about this, like, fam, and I talked about this a little bit on stream already. When we got together last week for our game dev meeting, it was insanely productive. We had such a good time with that. Because what we did was we actually sat down and wrote out a good chunk of the Mage's Rift, actually. We weren't working on the main game, which is what we will normally do. We were actually focusing on this and getting it all written out ahead of time, so that when we get there, we can get it done faster. My goal is still, fam, to get the first iteration of Damage's Rift in your hands by first quarter of 2026. And I don't think that's an unreasonable goal for myself. I think we can make that happen, especially within the scope that we've set for ourselves for this. Because this will continue to see improvements as the main game gets improvements as well. But that's when I think that we're going to actually be able to get this in everybody's hands. If not sooner. If not sooner. We'll see how everything goes along the way. But if we're able to get that done, then what's going to happen is I am going to actually sit down, and I already talked to Elfie and Kira about this, but I'm going to sit down. I will write out the full script for the chapter we're going to release, and then we're all going to get to work on it at that point. Because that way, if we get the script done, I get it over to Kira and Elfie so they can look at it and make any suggestions they want to make, and we're dead on what we want to do. Then all three of us can actually work on it, is the idea. And that's how we're going to do it. Right now, it unfortunately puts Kira and Elfie in a little bit of a holding pattern because they have to wait on me to call like what I want to do in a given area. And there's been a lot of work we've been able to do in spite of everything, but at the same time, there are better ways we could do this. Because the idea is, again, fam, we're going to release this game one chapter at a time. Each chapter is going to explain another story for somebody. So for the first chapter, it's going to be about Emery and what Emery's all about. The second chapter is going to actually be about Richard. That'll be about Richard in battle because we're going to move into the Radlands. We'll have one one that explains Bleep. You'll have one that explains, let me see, who was after Bleep? Or at the same, Squirrel. Oh my gosh, yeah, Squirrel. And then we'll start getting into the other chapters like Granny and Stanton and all that. But again, we'll have a specialized area. So you've seen me already building out some of the rave yards. So some of that's already done. But what we're going to do is, yeah, each one of those is going to be their own chapter. And that way we can get game content into your hands on a regular basis without you having to wait for it forever too. But they will be full chapters. They will be worth it. I promise. Just so much fun. We've got plenty of ideas for what we need to do for this chapter, as well as the chapters that are coming up. So, and Kira's just been a firestorm, by the way, fam. When it comes to ideas and all that, she's just been a firestorm. I can't say that enough. Merch is done, yes. Someone else got merch yesterday? Holding pattern now, slave driver later, yeah. Well, you know, and Kira, I know I mentioned this to you and Elfie, but here's our chance to take a little breath. Although now that we've got the sheet and all that to work off of, even for Damage's Rift, now if we have ideas or otherwise we've got to knock around, we can do that. Oh, your mug got there. How did your mug turn out, sis? The new merch will go live on Friday, Rico. We'll have it go live at the same time. That's actually part of what I'm going to be working on Friday morning. I'll go in and get all the descriptors. I'll post an announcement in Discord and I'll talk about it live when we go on stream on Friday night. But Friday is the date. So here's what's coming up. In terms of things that are coming up, we'll call them Creativersary presents. Our new short launches tomorrow at 12 noon on YouTube. Okay, this is a new short done in the same style as Gooklider. It's not the same video by any means, fam. It is truly new content. But what we did is we've taken that formula and started to work to apply it to others. And these little shorts, fam, that are like 30 to 45 seconds long, take me an entire day. I spent an entire day putting them together, sizing them up, making sure they go a certain way. That'll speed up over time. As I get more used to this formula, I'll be able to do it much, much quicker. But for right now, that's about what they take. So tomorrow that's going to hit. The new merch will hit on Friday. And I'll do announcements for all of this, fam. Okay, new merch will hit on Friday. And Friday night, we move into the Creativersary. You're crying from the cuteness. They were cute. It turned out well. Even if I got the ones with the mistakes before I edited the files, yeah. No, sis, that's awesome. I'm looking over my stuff right now and deciding which ones I'm going to order myself. I really think I need an emotional support blanket, though. Those throws look really warm and comfy. Really warm and comfy. This line, sis, I was really proud of this one. I'm really proud of this particular merch line. It turned out really well. I was really happy with how it all turned out by the end of Monday. I even had time. I was on such a creative roll that I even had time to redo 2 things I had already done because I went back and looked at them. I just wasn't 100% happy. So I went back and did a couple of redesigns real quick. But I love it when I have a day like that, where not only do I get everything done, but I have a little bit of extra time to tweak a couple of things if I'm not happy about it. The image has to be big enough, though, sis. I know my images that I use for the blankets are 11,000 by 11,000 pixels at 300 DPI. So as long as you can get the image big enough, and you can even fill in, like the way their tools are set up, you can fill in the entire background of the blanket with whatever color you want it to be. So in my case, of course, I had it dye it black and then did all of the images over top of that. I'm not going to have stickers with the same thing. The stickers are a little bit different. The stickers are the intern evaluation set. So included in that set are more You Tried stickers. 2, here's your gold star stickers. 2, you see this? Don't do this stickers. 3 separate stickers that make up one message right across the top that said, stop pressing buttons. Oh, man. Oh, mainly, and digital notebooks. That's why you get stickers. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, there's those stickers are a little bit, they're actually part of the same color palette, by the way. They're red, but what I did was I grabbed the red off of Richard's tie. That was the red I ended up using. That actually worked the best for that. We'll have more to show off on Friday night. Even though Richard's going to be running Friday night, fam, I'm going to come in first as myself. Just as a little forward, just because I want to come. It's a Creativersary, so I want to come in as myself right off the bat. Our big community day, fam, will be Saturday, though. Both Saturday and Sunday. And those are only Twitch streams, too, fam. There will not be a YouTube component on Saturday or Sunday. Just because we're doing things a little bit different over the weekend, and there's not a particular YouTube channel for me to slot that into. Rico, when I do by the way, when I put, like I mentioned before, when I put the whole list up of everything that's launched, if there are other requests We are open. I know we tried to say it in a funny way, but, you know, again, a lot of times I have found if one person's asking for it, there are usually at least 3 to 4 people that might be interested in it. So I'm always happy to take ideas. As long as it's not going to take me an impossible time to get it set up in the shop for you. And normally it doesn't, by the way. I can usually add one in. And Farrah, good morning. How are you? It's good to see you. Welcome in. All right. So fam, here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and jump actually out to our game screen, because we can keep right on chatting while we start to build. And here we are in Chateau De Pluck, which is nothing more right now than a great big white map. I left myself 2 reminders in here. One is this chest, because we did decide already we want to make jokes about chests in here. The other reminder is a pot, which is going to be Pluck's bedroom. Are we going to get a Discord server tag? Rico, I will probably have an answer for you by this weekend. Big incoming visual here. I'm getting much better at saving surprises. I might have a couple little things I'm going to implement. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, let's get our music back. The problem, Rico, the problem with that is it all costs money. That's the biggest issue with all that stuff. They want more server boosts all the time. And that was how they got people to get into more server boosts, basically. Because you need, basically what has to happen is you have to have another, to get both of the new features, which are the sparkly names and the server tags, it's another 6 boosts, either from your community or that you pay for out of pocket. And they charge, I think it's like $3.50 per boost now, per month. So they're not the cheapest things. Oh no, Rico, it's not. If it was a free thing, we would have had them already. It's a matter of people that have Discord Nitro. I dump all of my boosts into our own server, of course, okay? But yeah. Yep, those are all done with boosts. And people with Discord Nitro, or some people will just simply purchase additional boosts, and that way they can dedicate those boosts to whichever Discord server they want to give them to. Now, we're very fortunate in our Discord server because we've had a number of people chip in boosts, which I am very grateful for, including my own that are in there. So what I've got to look at is if I purchase the additional boosts, are we going to be able to sustain it in the event that someone else isn't able to keep their boost support up for us, basically? Because what you're going to have is you're going to have a situation where things start bouncing back and forth, and that gets a little trickier. Nope, sis, you've been put on restriction. I'm sorry. I just like being a part of it. Enrico, I really appreciate that. I really do. And I really love having you around. These are things that I would love to do for people, though. Like, those are really cool effects. The specialized names in Discord servers, the server tags, nice touches, Discord. Way to go. I approve. The only thing I have trouble with, of course, is that, again, they charge a lot for them. All right, fam, let's go ahead and jump into our game screen here, though. Get back out here real quick. We are going to start to build some of this out a little bit. This is always the toughest part for me because I'm looking at a blank slate. I'm going to actually expand this, though. I'm only going to make the map this big for now, fam, so I have plenty of room to work. I will not use all of this space. But this gives me plenty of room to move around in, work with, all of that. And let's get into our map building tools here. And we will dial this in. Now, this is the chateau. I do want it to be a touch fancy-schmancy. So the first thing we're going to have is we're going to give this a full...
Subscription confirmed. HR will overlook your crimes. This time.
Enrico, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I really appreciate that. You only get one of those every month, and I'm always honored when you choose to use it here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Even with the Nitro discount, 6 boosts adds up to about $24 or $30. Yeah. Yup, we actually sat down and figured that out. Fam, I'll clue you into a little something. Sis and I got into a discussion over Discord, and we started talking about it, and we actually looked all this stuff up. That was the beginning of this. Because they are cool effects, but it's like, But let's start out. Okay, the chateau on the overworld map, by the way. Okay, blue and white. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see. Because this should allow me to... There we go. That's what I was looking for. Do this first, just to give it some context. Actually, let me do this too, so I can see the whole thing. Okay, I got a little bit carried away with this. Let me reduce the size of this thing. We'll start out 20 by 20. There we go. Much better. Why does it keep trying to do that? I don't understand. Oh, I see why. I see what I did. We'll keep that right in the middle. Actually, this makes it a lot easier when you just completely back out like this, and then you can see everything as you need to. Oh, I'll take a... I will. Sis, I absolutely will take a peek later on. You bet. You bet. We're going to make Chateau De Pluck extra fancy, by the way. Just saying. Oops. Didn't want to do that, though. Okay, let's see if I can get this. Okay, nope. To make that joke work, I'm going to need to erase all of this. There it is. There we go. Okay. That should... Oh, did I go far enough? 1, 2, 3, 4. Need to go one more out. Okay. Not a problem. There we go. Okay. Much better. Oh. There we go. Oh. Why? Oh, that's right. Okay, so to make this work and work properly, I need to add 1, 2, 1 for the extra room, 1, 2 to allow extra spaces on either side. Okay, so I need 3 altogether. And then I can actually shift the entire map, which is really nice. I'm really glad we have this feature in here. Okay, perfect. Now, we'll put those in. We'll get these out. Let's see if I can get that right. Oh. Oh, that's right. I see what I did there. We'll just take that wall out and put that one in. There we go. Okay. We need to extend that out. We need to get that one out of there. And then let me just take this and move it over 1. There we go. Okay. Now I have to look and see what else we can fill this in with. I need to find... well, let's take care of a basic floor here first. I will probably need... and yeah, that's fine. There we go. Okay. That floor is going to be a little bit.
Subscription confirmed. HR will overlook your crimes. This time.
BRP, where are we at now, my friend? 68 months. 68 months. BRP. So, what are we going to do next month? Feeling a bit short here? No, not for long. Is this where I say see you in September? Seriously, man, so much love to you. Thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Seriously, BRP, how have you been? How's everything going? All right, so we have all of that set. I'm going to need to... Can I bring 3 in underneath? Actually, I could do that. See, I do have some grass here, right? I do. Okay. All right, and I need... there we go. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go 2 up and all the way across. It's okay, Jamie. It's fine. I don't need a hello. I'll just take it personally. Oh, go ahead and take it personally. Jim, how are you? Welcome in, love. Happy Tuesday. How's everything going? Doing great. Just wishing summer would hurry up and be done. BRP, we just talked about that. And lucky you get it all the way until what? End of October? Jim, seriously, love, how have you been? Really good to see you, love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, we'll get that wall done there, and then we'll bring that across. Could I actually? Oh. Could I do that without making it impossibly large, though? I'll have to think about that. I'll think about that. I'm okay. How are you? Been trying to find a new job. If this upcoming interview doesn't pan out, I think I'm going to leave the mental health field. It's just too corrupted, and I can't deal with any more work trauma. Yeah, you've been through a lot. Shim, excuse me. I'm sorry. You've been through a lot. You really have. How's everything been going with the video editing and all that, by the way? Is that all still going really well for you? Honk, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, wow, fam. Ads are coming up, too. Fam, here's what we'll do. Okay, I'm not stepping away right this second. I want to check 2 things in the game real quick. But ads are coming up in about 3 minutes. When the ads hit, what we do, fam, is I'm going to actually step away. That way, if you're stuck in ads yourself, you're not going to miss any of the fun of the stream. I'm going to step away for about 3 minutes. I use it as time to stretch my legs, grab a little bit of something extra to drink. And then after the ads, we'll come back and we'll pick right up where we left off, fam. Da Vinci! That's what I love to hear. Vastly superior, too, by the way. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but vastly superior. Starting with the fact that it just works. Da Vinci just works. And when I do have a small problem where, like, maybe it shuts itself down or something like that inadvertently, because it saves so continuously, you lose very little work whether you've saved or not. Now, luckily, I save on a regular basis, too, because I get that things can happen, but no, Da Vinci is wonderful. The only thing that you can't do within Da Vinci that you can do with, like, the Adobe suite is actual, like, photo design work. And you can do that in Da Vinci to a point, but it's not really built for it. But I use Affinity for that. That takes care of all of that. Between Affinity Designer, Affinity Photo, great software too. Again, took me a little getting used to it, but once I did, it's actually better and it's faster. Much, much faster. The more I play with it, the more tools I learn. I just did all the merch and all that, Chim. The more I work with that, the more I learn, the faster it gets. It's really good stuff. It's much more powerful than I initially gave it credit for. You have it set to save every minute? That's not a bad idea, Chim. It's really not. Mine saves, I think, right now. I don't know. I have to go in and look. I think I set mine up for every like 2 or 3, something like that. You can lose a lot in 2 to 3 minutes, but nothing normally that's world ending. It's more about going back and figuring out where you left off before it shut down. Seeing how many steps it missed along the way when it saved the last time, but no, it's been pretty wonderful. In terms of productivity, Chim, is what I'm saying. It's been fantastic. There's so much you could do with it. So much you can do with it. So I've been learning Da Vinci with a friend. Oh, who gifted it to me, and he's been making fun of me because I've been over here tracking masks, and he's all like, you just need to, yes, there's all kinds of things you don't have to do or mess with anymore. And the newest version of Da Vinci, which is 20, oh yeah, they fixed a bunch of stuff. That was a considerable upgrade. Made my life easier, I'll tell you that. With one upgrade, made my life easier. Well, Chim, yeah. And if that's your intro to it, that's it. That's exactly how it's going to go. When you first start learning any design software, any kind of editing software, anything like that, because everything's moved. Doesn't have the same hotkeys. It doesn't have the same setup. And I'll say it one more time. Da Vinci has a better setup, but you've got to get used to it. That's the trick, is that you have to learn it. You have to take the time to learn it. And when you're used to something like Adobe, and Adobe has like good shortcuts and all that too. So when you're used to something like Adobe and you're making the switch, I won't tell you how long it took me to make my first video in Da Vinci. There are still little things I'm figuring out. Like the backspace key. All right, fam. What I'm going to do, ads have just started on Twitch, so I'm going to go ahead and step away real quick. I'm just going to stretch my legs and grab a little something to drink. We'll be right back. So please, don't go away. All right, fam, welcome back. Jim, I just saw your comment about about motion tracking. That's something I just started playing with myself a little bit. I have a lot to learn there yet. Something, by the way, Jim, something I'm going to make a suggestion to you about, especially if you're starting to get into some stuff like that. There is a plugin out there called Reactor. It's free. You can donate to it if you want to. I actually have, because great work's been put into it, okay? But you do not have to get it. It's free. And what I always recommend to people under those cases is pull it down, try it out, see if it's going to help you. It certainly helped me. But it's just a pile of little plugins that make your life easier in DaVinci. Especially when you start playing around with things like motion tracking, audio visualizers, things like that. There's a lot of tools in there. But keep it on hand. Again, it's free and it's lightweight. You actually have to go in and tell it which plugins you want it to activate for a particular project. Otherwise, it leaves them all off so that it doesn't cost you a bunch of overhead on your computer. It's really good. It's really good. You're welcome. You're welcome. Chim, Reactor kept coming up in tutorials and all that, and I don't know what my problem was personally. It's like, I don't want to throw more plugins into the software right now. I don't know where my head was at. But when I installed Reactor, because I needed it for some things I was doing for the Agents of Chaos videos, when I started using it, I'm like, why did I... Why was I being so stubborn about that? Dumb. I don't like overloading my computer with a lot of extra stuff, is really where that comes from, but I love how they have it set up. Again, it's a little Lua script. You just pull it down in to DaVinci. And again, it doesn't cost you any computer overhead because it only turns on what you tell it to. So if there's a specific plugin that you need, you go in, you turn it on, and then you can use it. Otherwise, doesn't take up any overhead. It doesn't keep running. Oh, I get that feeling. Well, Chim, the same. It took me a while to break loose, too. I actually broke loose and grabbed onto DaVinci about the same time that whole wave of creators was. There was so much content about it, including a couple of creators I really respect in the field, like they really know what they're doing with editing. And these really heartfelt videos as to why they were making the switch. People had a tough time. It was almost emotional for some people. People had a really tough time letting go of Adobe. And I know when you get used to that software and everything it does and all that, it's hard to believe there's something else out there. But everything that I do, everything that I've done is easier in DaVinci. And it doesn't bug out anywhere near as easily as what I was running into with Premiere Pro. I'm hoping they can get Premiere Pro fixed someday and like really get it back to what it used to be, but yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And I really like Adobe software too. Not a massive fan of their terms of service, but in terms of like what they've done to help push photo editing and all that forward, they're not the only ones. They're not the only ones, but they did do quite a bit. Yeah, Chim, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, the reason they call it Reactor is because it's Fusion Reactor. Because it works with Fusion mostly. The Fusion tab is great. That's the one I've just started playing around in a lot more. And if you're using tracking, Chim, I know you know what I'm talking about. Tracking is great. That was how I got Sass's face up on the Pip-Boy. And now I have a better way to make that happen too. Now I use multi-point tracking. I used to use just one. Now I use multi-point. So it stays fully mapped. Chim, that's the fun tab. It's also one of the tabs that people are the most scared of. Because all of a sudden you're not editing anymore. It's like you're programming. That's how a lot of game engines work too. by the way. But the loop with the loops and the connections and all that and the flow charting, oh yeah. It's fantastic though. Once you get used to it, it's a great way to do that because you can follow along everything that's happening. And if there's a problem, you can try to isolate the node. Jim, that's the way to do it, by the way. The more you learn about it, you realize how powerful that little tab really is. Fusion is fantastic, though. There's so much stuff I have yet to play around with in there. Okay. Let me get our walkway done here. Actually, that needs to be just the brick pathway. Do I have a carpeted? I thought I did, but maybe not. This would be the outside walkway anyway, so we'll put that in there, and then I need one of those. That's not right. One of those, maybe? There we go. Okay. Need a better floor for in here, though. Let's see what I can do with some of this. Do that. Control Z is everybody's bestie. Control Z has been my bestie for, well, definitely the last 2 months for sure. I've hit Control Z more than I have in my entire life. But I've been learning so much new stuff. New editing techniques, learning how to game dev, all of that. So, yeah. It is Control Z. You know what? I could almost make a merch out of that. Control Z is my security blanket. And I can still put that in the middle of the room without cutting anything off there. There we go. Oh, Chim, I appreciate it. I'll check it out later. Sis, my natural reaction and it is panic mode, only because there's so many buttons to push to the program. Fort Blanket, by the way, on the merch stuff, sis, I held off on Fort Blanket. I'm going to save that for when we actually introduce that in the content. That's why we have an emotional support blanket instead. This first round of merch again was all about interns for Damage Industries. I was having just too good of a time with it, and it was turning out way too good. So I was like, we'll just keep right on rolling with it. The design I want to do for Fort Blanket on the blanket itself is going to take some work. It's going to take some design work before it's all done. And I'm going to have to be extra careful with my artistry on that one. So one thing at a time. But I do have plans, though. I do have plans. Right down to a bluebird giving you the side eye. There we go. Okay. That rounds out all of that. We do have a nice little pool of water in the middle. Excuse me, fam. Yeah, that's not going to work as a good floor, actually. Let's see. This be a little bit better, maybe? Feels like maybe we need a little bit of a darker floor or something for this. Wow, that's busy. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay. Well, that's bright. I actually kind of like that. Oh, there we go. That's much better. All right, let me do a quick walk around here, fam, and make sure that we're in a good spot. Let's see. We'll set the starting position for the player in here. I just want to test walking around a little bit here, fam. We'll see how that goes. Oh, sis. Yep, I see what you're saying. We'll get there. We'll get there. There's going to be plenty of launch parties, love. One at a time. I realize that. Like, I was a little bit disappointed we couldn't launch the radio station with Creativersary. It's okay. We have a lot of things coming up now to celebrate. We're not going to be hurting for things to do. But oh yeah, we're going to have options. I want to make sure that I can walk around here real quick and just make sure I can't walk in any areas I shouldn't. Oh, you can walk right across the shallow pools, apparently, though. We'll have some fun with that. We'll see what else we can do with that floor. But it is working. Excuse me, loves. It is working the way it should. Jim, it is. It is. It's hard to not throw out sneak peeks, things like that. Okay, we'll leave those carpets in there. Let's see if I can come up with something better for that floor, though. Also, I need to get some grass on the second layer out here. Oh, I really like that. That makes it look like everything is raised. That's just going to look a little more natural to the outside, though. Let's give that a full look. Okay. Very good. Now what I need to find, let's see, what do we have for instruments over here? Do we have any instruments at all? Oh, there's no bow and arrows at all? Okay. I need to do something here then. I can actually just use this one. I'll just grab... Oh, that's the overworld. That won't work. Okay. So I'm going to need something else. And this one, instead of using the DR overworld map, I'm going to use the inside map, which is what I've got to work with here. Or am I? Wait a minute. Am I working with the outside map or the inside map? I need to double check that. Okay, definitely the inside map. I need to get a full view of this stuff. I have to see what instruments and all that are available and what I can make a joke out of, quite honestly. Let's see. This ends right about there, and there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I need to add another 13 to this. The idea being, fam, is I want to be able to see this whole thing. Oh. Because I might need to create a different joke. What the heck is going on with this thing now? Oh, I see what's happening. Let me do this first. There we go. Now I'll actually be able to see what's going on. There we go. Now I can take a better look at this and see if I can figure out what's going to be a good option here. The original idea, fam, is that we were going to have bows and arrows hanging out, and they would be playing music. That's why it was Chateau De Pluck. My original hope was for it actually for a harp, but it doesn't look like we're going to have that either. We do have pianos. Is this the place, fam? All right. Hang on. Serious question and answer time. Ready? Unfortunately, the one instrument that I have available to me right now is a piano. My question to all of you, my beloved community, is this the time where we make the 12-inch pianist joke? Is this the time, or should I save it for somewhere else in the game? I feel like this is the time. We'll have to see if we can come up with some good piano music for it. Well, that's some of the most resounding yeses I've ever gotten. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Seeing as most responses are positive, I see a couple people thinking about it. Farron, I noticed you're thinking about it. I also saw Carrie Ann going, But seeing as that's the one instrument that we have, unless I come up with something better in the meantime. Oh, I just had another idea too. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Why not a flute? The reason for not a flute is because I don't have one available. This is an instrument that's going to basically play itself. But now that we're involving the piano, now we're going to have a pianist. You take that one level up. Or does it look better? Nah, it looked better down below. Because putting it all the way up like that, yeah, that's too much against the wall. Okay. And we can put the piano right in the center of the room. So now, because we don't have a character for this yet. And I can't believe I'm saying these words out loud. I am taking a pause here for a reason, fam. But does anybody want to volunteer to be embedded into Mage's Rift lore forever and be the pianist? Is a cocktail going to be the pianist? Oh, man. Hovian, how are you, love? It's good to see you. Welcome in. Actually, that's not a bad idea. And you're doing well. Good. Good. I have one. It's in the closet of my office. Wait a minute. What? Wait a minute, love. What are we talking about? All right. Well, Ferret, if we do this, okay, we need to do it with taste and class, though. Or at least as much as you and I can get together and muster. So let's see. Let's see. We do, Ferret, we will need to design a character for you, though. So guess what, fam? We're going to do that right now. We'll do that right now. We need, within what we have available in the engine right now, okay, we need to make Ferret a pianist. So Ferret will need to look like one. So we will do the traditional pull the hair back, look professional like you're just about to go out for a concert kind of thing. If I can come up, if there's an outfit in here, Ferret, with like tails and all that, we'll do that too. We'll have some fun with it, though. We'll have some fun with it. Ferret, I am going to ask you a couple of questions. These are preference questions that I ask everybody when I'm designing their character, okay? Hair color, eye color, and shorter hair or longer hair. Keeping in mind that even if we go with longer hair, Ferret, we're still going to pull it back and make you look professional. Make you look basically like a concert pianist is what we're going to do. So let me know. I'll start putting the rest of this together for you. Okay, we'll go with a good face shape. Ash blonde. Okay, ash blonde, blue-green eyes. Hair length up to me. Okay, very perfect. So let's take care of the eyes since we've got those in there so I don't forget to do that. We do actually have blue-green. So there we go. It does give it a little bit of a brighter yellowish to the eyes, but it does go well between the two. You can do straight green, but that gets really green. And the blues are, of course, true blues, but this one here adds a little bit of a mix. And then... Nice! For the ash blonde. Nice! And for the ash blonde, let's see what we got. That wouldn't be too bad. It's a bit more golden than an ash blonde, but yeah, see, and there we get green. That's like true blonde. Oh, maybe that's a little more ash blonde, actually. That's just straight up white or gray. You think the more golden one? So that one. We'll go with that one then for sure. Let's see what I can do to actually pull the hair back. And see if I can make that work. Oh, you know what? The front hair might not even be needed with this one. That by far is the closest that I had to what I had in mind. Oh, there we go. That's not bad either. That actually is a bit more. Oh, there it is. There it is. Let me see if we've got a front hair that'll actually go with that, because that gives the pianist a really high forehead, and that's not what we were going for. But to get the hair pulled back, I might not be able to do that. If that's the case, I can always adjust the eyebrows and the eyes too. That's not a problem. Nope, looks like we're going to go with that. And see, the thing with that, though, is that it really makes it look like it's losing, like the character's losing hair in the front. And that's not what we're going for either. Maybe that hairstyle right there will work. Can the hair be adjusted? Let me try. Let me check something out here real quick. That's one thing I've never had to do is adjust the hair. Oh, it does. Ah, okay. That makes it look a whole lot more natural, too. Now I can just the rest with the eyebrows and the eyes. It will be good. We'll see what we come up with for the eyes. Spoiler it is. Spoiler, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Welcome in, by the way. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everything been going? Okay, dear friend, I have to run to the post office to mail out some orders for the cards. Thank you for the info on Reactor. Absolutely, Chim, absolutely. Thank you so much for stopping in, love. We'll see you again soon, all right? Much love. Have an awesome day. And spoiler, you're doing great. Awesome. How's all the job stuff going, by the way? Last time I talked to you, that was still kind of up in the air. Is it still about the same spot, or had any leads or otherwise, or let's see. We've got oh, look at those eyes. Oh, man. Okay. Let's get the right eyebrows in here. Actually, that works really well. I'll bring the nose up a touch. So far, so good. Shouldn't need any ears or tail or wings or anything like that. Let's check out the clothing, though. Let's see if we can come up with a more... oh, right off the bat. There we go. Ferret Love, what's your favorite color? Back to work after the summer layoff. Now the head designer and also help the Harp marketing department. Spoiler, that's awesome. Congratulations. That is great news. We're discussing a salary change next week. It's looking like I'll be getting 10 to 15 more hourly. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Spoiler. I love it when people come in with all kinds of good news. I'm so happy to hear that turned around. Very cool. And Ferret, purple or black? Ooh, okay. I think just for a little contrast and because we've got a lot of purple in there, we'll go with purple. Because that way there'll be some contrast between you and the piano is the idea. Cloak is not needed here. Get that in the right spot. Okay, there's no hats that would fit. Let's see if there's some glasses that might though. And we'll give you darker glasses. Do purple give it a purple tinge? They do. Oh, okay. Oh, that just affects the color of the glass. Okay. Maybe we'll go with a little bit of a green then. There we go. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do here is I will just go right ahead and save all of these. First, we'll do this.
Creating magic where none was found. A universe crafted with every strike. Pulling stories from electric spikes.
All right, now we need to come up with a name for the character. This is going to get a little interesting. Definitely was worth the wait. I get to play a key part in some of the NHL and PWHL design process now. Oh, that is, oh, spoiler. We've moved from awesome to just simply kicking ass now. That's really cool. That's really cool. Oh my gosh, okay. We need to come up with a name. Let's see.
I have a little sister. Just thought you should know.
Ferret names that also
On my shoulder and is with me
have piano references in them.
but I don't understand her. She speaks to me differently.
It's pretty sweet. And the nice part about it is
And they may
being a computer job that I can throw Twitch or YouTube. Oh, nice.
is a giggle
Very nice. Spoiler, are you at work right now?
and the giggle fish goes blah blah and the giggle
Spoiler, it's so great to see you, and I'm so happy you're having so much success with that. I was hoping to hear you had some leads and all that. I wasn't expecting you to tell me what you told us, though. Congratulations again. Absolutely awesome.
She talks to me all day through the soda pop bubbles. You might not understand her, but you'll feel the love double.
It would be a reach. Oh, let me see.
And the giggle fish goes blah 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 blah. And the giggle fish goes blah 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 blah.
There's got to be a connection there somewhere. I'm trying to think of some really popular piano players too that we could maybe reference.
She talks to me all day through the soda pop.
Always love being able to drop by and say, hey, I don't get around to being on Twitch as often anymore. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. Spoiler. I get it.
She'll feel the love.
We've actually, what we've done is we've actually shortened the streams up, just going more days. Starting next week, it's going to be Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All the streams are 2 to 5, except on Fridays, which are 6 to 9. So yeah, we extended the days. We shortened them up a little bit, but extended the days because we've got so much going on. What this lets me do, spoilers, this lets me give everybody snapshots into how things are going. So whether we're on the music production side or the game dev side or what we're working on for Fallout 76 or whatever, it allows me to keep everybody up to speed. One of the biggest successes we've had by far has been with the YouTube channel. I don't know if I had a chance to tell you or not. I think I did, but we had that one video crank all the way up to almost 180,000 views. So we finally got some insight as to what everybody was looking for. Yeah, that's sweet. I actually came and dropped alert the other day. Oh, when you're doing music production. Oh, Ben Folds. Thank you, spoiler. I appreciate it. Here's the thing. The video that took off was actually practice. It was a quality video, don't get me wrong, but it was supposed to be a warm-up for what we were going to do for the videos after it, and it took off. I looked at my YouTube analytics the one day, I'm like, where the heck did this come from? Because it got a good number of views and then kind of, I don't want to say it stalled out, but it kind of cruised along for a while, and then all of a sudden it just took off. But again, it gave us a really good indicator of what people were looking for out of the content. So not every day you get to get insight out of that. And that's what has me really excited. It's not as much about the number of views as it is about the data we get from that. And the fact that we're able to actually look at that. And now we can improve what we're doing because now we have a better idea of what people are going to look for from us, which is great because that means we get to run around and be a whole bunch of goofy It did. Hoovy, it did. That one came in real hot. And that's why all the time they say, even if you think this isn't going to be the greatest video you've ever made, maximum effort into each one. Take your time. Don't spend too long now, but make sure you're putting a quality video out there because you just don't know what's going to resonate with people. There's a lot of good videos out there, fam, that never see more than 1,000 views just because they never found their audience. So maximum effort all the time because you just never know when that video is going to be the one. So seeing people engage and how they engage. Yes. And that's just it. Because you can watch tutorial videos till you're blue in the face. You're not going to get the answers you need. Best practices you can get. But what ultimately your audience is going to look for, you have no idea. There are so many factors that go into that, you cannot 100% accurately predict. You can look at what you want to do, which is what I always recommend. Look at what you want to do. Make sure there's an audience for it out there. We established that one kind of early. Make sure there's an audience out there for it. And then put the best thing out there you can. And every single time you put a video out, watch how it performs, watch what it does, and learn from it as much as you can. The more views a video gets, when you get lucky like that and you get a bunch, the more views it gets, the better data you have. So a lot of views with really positive results gives you a good idea that you're on the right track. And also a watt for the viewers. Yep. I struck that balance with my geometry dash stream so that we've... Oh, nice. Very nice. So spoiler, those have been going well for you? Libby, I'm still... Yeah, Ferret, I'm still thinking, by the way. I'm not just drawing here. I'm actually using this pause as an opportunity to figure out what to name the pianist. Actually, you know what? If you like Libby, Libby is good. Libby Fawcett. We'll spell it a little bit different. Oh, Libby Formata? I used to average like 2 to 4 per stream. Oh, 10 to 30 now. Nice. Very cool. Spoiler, very, very cool. Now, is that all on Twitch? Are you doing all that stuff on Twitch, or are you doing it on other platforms? You like Libby Formata. I can go with that. I can go with that. We'll do that. Let me get into the characters here real quick, though. Got to get into my images here first. You like Libby Fawcett? Why don't... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Combining ideas, Ferret. Another popular pop piano player. Nelly Furtado, but we'll combine them. Libby Furtado. I like Libby Fawcett better. I like Libby Fawcett better. I think we'll stick with that. If that works for you. And we'll spell that Fawcett with 2 T's too. Oh my gosh, Ferret, no. I've got it. I've got it. They're a musician. Libby Falsetto. Does that work, Ferret? Yes? Okay. Spoiler gives a yes. Yes, and it has the double T in there. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Does that work? Okay, perfect. Sorry, I'm not Ferret. I'm not trying to make it complicated. It's just the ideas suddenly started coming to me, and I'm like, oh! All right, let's go ahead and get those dropped in there then. All right, now what I've got to do is I've got to save each of these. So we'll save the face, we'll save the walking images. Damage character, even though I probably won't need these images, we'll use them anyway. And then we've got to do the battler. Let me just get these in here real quick, fam, and I'll catch right back up with chat. Just want to make sure I save all these properly. All right. And now we should be able to drop Libby in. There we go. Oh, you want to go with falsetto? I actually spelled it falsetto. You want to go with falsetto? We can do that. Name isn't permanent yet. That's easy. And I should have thought of spelling it that way too. There we go. Libby falsetto. That's much better. I like that much better. Okay. So we've got Libby falsetto there. Oh, nice. Okay, so that actually took care of two of those there. Okay, so with those two changed. All right, I don't have to do anything else there. And one more with the battler. Because I already took care of the damage. Let's see. There you are. Libby falsetto. So that's all set. So we don't need to save any of that. And now, the last thing I need to do is resave those settings, but I'm going to just change the name here. There we go. Now, I will work on all of the conversation and all that later because that gets really boring to try and watch me do that on stream, but we will get Ferret at least in place on camera here. So, with that in mind, oops, let's get this taken care of. And yes, we will have some fun conversations with Ferret. Just wait. Just wait. For right now, though, oh, that's right. It's under Libby, not Ferret. I'm looking under the F's going, wait a minute. Where did it go? There we go. We're going to do a custom. Let's see. Start in the middle, 1 left, 2 right, 2 left, 2 right, 1 to the middle. Okay. I think I've got that figured out. Okay. Repeat movement, skip if cannot move, because you'll be able to walk up and talk to her, of course. But the idea, fam, I'm going to actually leave the image like this, and I'm going to use what's called a direction fix. What that does is that keeps the character from turning anywhere. So what should happen is Ferret's character should zip back and forth along the piano, but not ever turn around and face any other direction. So it looks like the whole time Ferret's just playing it. I think that no music will know. Oh, the play on words? Yeah. Yup. Gonna drop alerts since I have a meeting at 10 to prep for. Spoiler, thank you again for stopping in. Congratulations on all the success and all the good news. Please keep us posted and we'll see you again really soon, all right? Much love, my friend. Much, much love. Okay, let me see here real quick. Oh, and fam, ad break just started, so let's go ahead and do this real quick. Since ads are running, I'm going to go ahead and step away, stretch my legs real quick, and I'm going to grab something to drink. When we get back, we're going to finish getting Libby into Chateau De Pluck, and we're going to build in a couple of other little goodies along the way here. So everybody, please don't go away. There we go. All right. I'm glad you're excited, by the way, Ferret. Fam, you know what? I need to sit down for a little bit. Give me 1 second. There we go. That's a bit better. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate it. By the way, Cheryl, you're not, this is going to be another moment you don't get to see on stream. If I have the time or I remember to do it, I will try to send you a couple of screenshots. But here's what I'm going to say. Chateau De Pluck will have a basement. So we're going to have a round 2 on the cock block. So, but again, I'll let you know when we get there. But Share and Share is going to, Share and Share is going to be a running gag. Cheryl, I was thinking about this, by the way. Like everything we're doing with the game and all that. Did we ever really think these jokes were going to go this far? There are certain things that have happened over the last 7 years that really stick with me. Your joke about when we were playing Phasmo about getting into the basement, oh man, one of the greatest clips we ever got. But no, I never expected it to go this far. Not even close. Let me go ahead and get Libby set up in here. We're going to need to set up some music in here too. So I'll figure that one out in a minute. But one thing at a time. For right now, we just need her doing her thing. And we just want her to say hi. I'm going to have to be extra careful how I spell things in this section. There we go. Libby Fawcetto is now in the building. And let's see if Libby will actually do what I'd like her to do. And yes, indeed. Okay, but we need... That doesn't look right in and of itself. So, I have another idea. What I can do, I can actually move her up. I can turn through on. That way, even though she's actually in the same or on the same tiles as the piano, she can still move back and forth. And it'll look a lot more realistic that way. A lot more on point. Let's try that again. We'll see what we can do. It's funny you remember that because, to be honest, I forgot all about it. Certain moments, Cheryl, and usually it's when we have those giant gut laughs. Certain moments will always stick with me, no matter how many things we do or how far into the future we get. For sure. For sure. All right, let me see if now this will look a little bit more piano-like. We might have to write a song for this too, fam. Excuse me. Allergies again. Took all day for them to kick in this time. I'll take it. Let's just see if this works. Okay, not bad, just the pacing's not right now. So let's speed that up a little bit. And just let's see what we get. There it is. That was what I wanted. Now, what I'm not sure of is if we have a song that's piano driven enough stock that we can use it, I might have to go into Suno and create something here. We shall see. Oh, Ferret, no worries. No worries. Ferret, I'll say it again. The reason why we are back to 3 minutes per hour, here's what I have to do. To turn the pre-rolls off, I have to run ads 3 minutes per hour. Have to. I could not run ads at all, but then everybody would be stuck in pre-rolls, and that's just as bad. So I would rather control it. And I know you've heard me talk about this before, but again, 3 minutes, once per hour, enough time for anybody that needs or wants to get up and walk away, stretch their legs, grab something to drink, coffee, whatever. You can. And you know I'm doing the same thing. And that way nobody has to worry about missing anything during the ads. That's the whole idea. If ads are going to be an evil necessity, then we will use them to the best of our ability. Oh, just got up and got sidetracked? Oh, no worries, love. No worries. So, all right. So we have Libby playing the piano. I wonder if we have a good piano song we could use. I do need another mechanic, though. Here's one joke I will share, fam. I'm not going to tell you exactly how it plays out. But what's going to happen is you're going to walk over to the pot, which is, as we've already established, those are Pluck's beds. And you're going to end up breaking the bed. In the meantime, oh, that is that. Okay. I actually need something a little different because by this point we will already have Pluck with us. So let me grab. Yeah, these ones are set to crumble. So I'm going to actually remove that one and replace it with this. Let me just take a look at the coding on this one real quick. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Gosh darn it. 17 different pots I could have grabbed. The one I didn't want to grab, and that's the one I accidentally grabbed. There we go. And this already has some of the conversation points in it too. So that's fine. I will put a couple things in here real quick just to straighten this out though, so we don't have any errors up the road. I've got to put Pluck in here. There we go. Okay, we got that one. These are just placeholders, by the way, fam. I'll work on these in full later on. I just want to make sure I have one instance of Pluck in there, one of Dick Charming, and then one of the Mage, which we do. Actually, with this, we don't need that variable in there either. Or not the variable, I mean the conditional. So we'll get that out of there. Then we've got to get to the broken pot, which should be in tile set B. Where is it? There it is. And then I think I can just put a crumble. I think I've got a common event for that too. Which with this one, that won't matter. That's right. Okay. So I could just drop the common event in. The common event, fam, what that does is that simply breaks the pot. Oh. I thought, oh, I do. Okay, there we go. I just thought of something, fam. I have two different variables. That I might be able to call on here. Let me see if I can make this work. What I've been doing, fam, is I've had variables that count how many pots get broken in each basement. I can now call on both of those. And I just realized that. That's going to make life more interesting. And I can add in a joke. And I will show you what we're doing. There we go. I got to get the variables, though. And I think it's just /v, right? Yes, okay. Okay, that's right. This also gives me an idea for a logic puzzle we could put in here too. And I will show you, fam. This one I'll show you. Once I get it all put in, just give me a second. I've just got to look up the variables real quick and make sure I'm putting the right numbers in.
Lost in the loop of this digital maze, eyes ablaze in a cyber haze.
Now, fam, what's going to happen is, what's going to come into play here is the golden bear of sharing. I'm not going to tell you exactly how. What's happened is we're going to make basically Pluck really mad. Is what's going to happen. So I wanted to get this in here and programmed before I lost the idea. So sorry about that, everybody. There we go. All right, so we've got all of that. Don't have to worry about where Pluck is, because Pluck will be party rear party at that point. So it's just going to stand to reason that everybody's talking. Page 2. Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay.
Every step a calculated game. Underneath the lights they frame. Glowing signs they call our name. The future's wild, it can't be tamed. Synthetic beats, they pull us in. A digital symphony will begin. Pixels crackle in the air we breathe. The circuits whisper, you won't leave. Ride the pulse that never sleeps. Through the city where the darkness
There we go. Okay.
and chaos flows so free. We're one with this neon circuitry. Arcade battles in the endless glow. Binary rivers start to overflow. Lost in the loop of this digital maze. Eyes ablaze in a cyber haze.
All right. Let's go ahead. I'm going to jump back in and give this another test. Make sure it's working. All right, let's see if this will play out properly.
Arcade battles in the
My bed. Okay, here we go. My bed.
binary rivers.
How many of those have you broken now? First it was 0 in the quiet cellar. Then it was 1 in the pot cellar. I'll have to check those variables, fam. I'll figure those out. Haha, pot cellar. I just got that.
Eyes of blue
And now this. I'm not going anywhere with you until you plucking make this up to me. And it better be plucking good. Because you need pluck to continue the quest, we'll build in a little logic puzzle that you'll have to figure out
paints with the
to get her to come with you. But like I said, I already have some ideas there.
a canvas of whispers, no need to rush.
Well, hello, I'm Libby the pianist. That's all Libby says right now.
The silence, he molds the night.
And that has nothing.
Dancing with shadows under moonlight. Dreams in code, but his heart beats true.
Actually, sis, I agree. I agree. We're going to add an extra pluck line in there.
Chaos with a steady hue. Darkness is mute.
Haha, pot cellar, I just got that.
Through unseen realms where secrets reside. Emory come alive in the glow so dim. A masterpiece born from the edges within. Heart in the abyss, hand in hand they flow. Emory the artist in shadows will go.
I'm going to change the dialogue to actually say, after he says, ha, pot cellar, I got it now. And it's going to be Pluck. And Pluck's going to go, welcome to 15 minutes ago.
His friends are sparks in his circuitous mind. Each one a color rare in
I feel like there needs to be some kind of name after that, though. Let me think for a second.
by the dark, but their laughter breaks. Ripples and shadows.
Oh, you know what? No, we'll just go with his name. Welcome to 15 minutes ago, dick.
Who said the dark is where fear unfurls? Emory proved it's a world.
And I'm not going anywhere with you until you plucking make this up to me.
Radiates every spark flies even when hit.
Good call, sis. Good call. And you will be able to make it up to Elfie, by the way, fam. You will. You will. But you're going to need the bear to do it. There we go. Okay. So we'll put in what we'll do. Oh, yeah. Oh, Elfie.
Thank you for being my
Did you see the conversation that you and Dick just had?
after all you've been through.
I suddenly had an idea for a gag and a puzzle revolving around the pot, the bedroom we talked about we were going to make for you.
But it's never
So I went ahead and built it in right now because I didn't want to forget it or lose it.
too late.
It's been a couple Mondays. Oh my gosh.
Just is earth.
Nico. Oh my gosh. How are you? How have you been? It's good to see you. Welcome in.
How
I hope all's been good with you.
it is, and through all of the
I got to build in a little thing with this too, by the way. Because this will also be a little bit of a puzzle as well. And fam, I will build in the initial joke here, by the way. The reason the chest is in there is because you're going to go in there to open the chest, just like you normally do in a game. And there's going to be all kinds of shouting about, don't touch my chest. I'm getting better. Still a little sick, but it's going away good. Good. Lots of people coming in with good news today. Yes, Alfie. I'm going to build in, let's see. I need Dick to have a certain look on his face. Let me see if I've got it. Oh, that's the closest for right now. There we go. Oh, why does it keep doing that? There we go. Got it. Don't you dare touch my chest without asking.
I got a message from a voice in my brain. Sounded like a broken radio with static and waves. Said his name was Stanton from the city of light. He's the AI god of all the airwaves and mics. Said I've got it all planned out. I've got it all planned out.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to have Dick say sorry, but put it in a very small font, like he's being super sheepish about it. Let's see. Font size. And we need, I think 20 will work for that. Keep it legible, but still smaller. Yes. Yep, that's it.
He said there isn't a sound that can hide from me. So I turned up the dial and I felt it deep in my soul. He said I've got it all planned out. I've got it all planned out. I've got it all planned out. I've got it all planned out, and I won't let you down. He knows what you want. He knows what you want. He knows what you want.
There we go.
He knows what you want.
Let's test to make sure this is working properly. And I'm going to catch up with Nico here too. Make sure. Oh no, we're good. Barrett, I know you were asking Elfie, but they're both women. Both female elves. Just different versions because they're meant to call out to each other. Am elf, yes. Indeed. All right, so let's see if we can make this work now. I'll run up to the bedroom again too, so I can show Elfie real quick what happens when we talk to the pot. My bed. How many of those have you broken now? Oh, I've got to go back and look at the variables. First, it was 0 in the quiet cellar, then 1 in the pot cellar. Ha! Pot cellar! I just got that. Welcome to 15 minutes ago, dick. And I'm not going anywhere with you until you plucking make this up to me. And it better be plucking good. And then if you go across to the chest. Oh, I got to fix 2 things. Okay. We'll fix them both. It's easy. It's easy to do. First thing I've got to do, though, is I've got to look up those variables real quick. Let's see. Let's find it. Okay, so we need 3 and 6. 0, 0, 0, 3. Oh, there are 3 zeros ahead of that. Okay, so 0, 0, 0, 3, 0, 0, 0, 6 is what are the 2 that I need. Okay, so now, initially, those numbers are going to be either 0s or 1s, but at least we know we'll have the right variables. When you play through the entire game, it'll actually reference back to those and grab those. Okay. So those 2 are fixed. We've got that. That's good. We got the variables. I thought there was something else I had to fix now. Oh, that's right. This one. Because this was set below characters. Needs to be set same as. There we go. Okay. Perfect. This is actually all Java, Nico. RPG Maker runs on Java. There's another version of it that I'm starting to look at that runs out of Unity. And they actually made a really nice Unity plugin for it, but it uses some of the advanced features of Unity. It might be where we look next. But for right now, we're using RPG Maker. There's so much here we haven't explored yet. And if you're going to make a top-down RPG, which is what we wanted to do, we wanted to make it extra comedic, of course. Use the engine that's designed to make the game. JavaScript. I'm sorry, not Java. There's a difference. I'm sorry, Alfie. You're right. JavaScript is what this runs on, not Java. My apologies. Yes, and Alfie, yes, there is. You're correct. There's a difference. You're not dying on a hill. You're just saying what's correct. Everybody keeps asking me, and I go Java, and it's like, no, there actually is a difference. There is a difference. This is JavaScript. I have many games. I wish I knew myself, but I don't understand. You don't, Nico, you don't have to. I don't know how to code. I have a coder on my team, but I don't know how to code. I'm learning in little bits and pieces as I go. What you need to understand, Nico, is you need to understand whatever engine you're using. Think about what kind of game you want to make. Keep it small in scale. That's actually what we're doing right now, okay? Because this is our first game too. Small in scale. Small enough that you can get it done in a reasonable period of time. Understand that you're going to make an absolute ton of mistakes, which you will, and roll with it all the way through. But figure out what game you want to make first and then look at the different engines, because there's a lot of choices now. And decide which engine you want to go with. And then become a student of that engine. I have focused very heavily on learning RPG Maker, and I'm glad I have. There's a lot of things that I just do naturally now that you can ask a lot of the community. Just a few weeks ago, I was on the struggle bus. A lot of things now are getting a lot easier, and I keep adding in more challenges for myself to make sure I can do these things before I move on. And that's what this project has been good for. What I'm working on right now is Damage's Rift, which is the mini game that's going to come out ahead of the main game. And we're going to actually use this as part of a fundraiser. We're going to actually sell the game for 99 cents. And whatever profits we make from that and all that are getting dumped into the first game. Whatever tools we need, whatever purchases we need to make as a team, we're going to do that. And that'll help fuel the main game, and we can get the main game out. Is the whole idea. They do. They do. They have Unity and Unreal. Do have a much steeper curve. Kira, who's in chat with us right now, by the way, Kira was actually working on learning Unreal. That was one of the reasons we actually started with RPG Maker. I knew I needed to get myself back in the habit. I've done coding before. Limited coding, but I've done it. And I know what it entails. So rather than, because it was our first time building a game, rather than worry about, let me get up to the just chatting screen real quick here too. So rather than worry about having to learn Unity, Unreal, and all that, and take a big bite of the elephant right off the bat, I felt a simpler engine would be a better choice, because there was still a lot we'd have to learn, and we have, and we still are. We knew there would be a lot we'd still have to learn, but we don't have as much as we have to learn if we took on something like Unity or Unreal. And that allowed us to be a lot more creative with the script, with the storylines. Once we're done with all the chapters of this game and they've all been launched, I do wonder where we're going to look next as a team. Will we keep making funny little games like this? Will we move on to try and take, again, bigger bite out of the elephant maybe? Grab onto a new engine. Maybe we'll keep it reasonably scaled, but move into a 3D realm. I don't know. We'll see. Lots to play around with. This is fairly simple and has a decent tutorial. Yes, it does. And it is fun to play around with it. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Nico, if you do, again, RPG Maker MZ is the one that we're using. Both MV and MZ are both good engines. Look at both. MZ has more features. It's the newer one. However, there's a lot that's out there for MV still. A lot of stock assets, things like that. So again, look at both and decide what's going to work better for you. Because we want to release this, one of the big drives for me with MZ was how easily it ports over to phone and all that. So because we want to release this as many places as possible right off the bat, we're going to hit it up at least PC, Apple. We'll also hit up the iStore and Android as well. By the time we're done, we'll have it hopefully in 4 different places. All right, let me take a look and see. Where we're going to go here. I'll jump back out and let's make sure this one's working this time. There we go. Here it is. What the pluck are you doing? How dare you touch my chest without asking? My chest. Sorry. You should be. Never touch my chest without asking, plucker. You know, I like being a game dev. This is fun. This is fun. I know. Oh, all the pluck jokes on top of it, Cheryl, are just too good. Just too good. Let me go ahead and I am going to add something else in down here too. If you step in the water in that little pool that's in the middle of the floor, you shouldn't just be able to walk over that. So we're going to get a great big, and yes, I'm using it this way on purpose. Sploosh. Oh, man. I love that this character is somehow a nicer version of me. As your song starts, Elfie, you say that. As your song starts.
There's an elf named Bleep hiding in the pine, cranky as a rooster drinking too much moonshine. She's got sass for days.
I think we're going to have a counter so that every time you mess something else up in the chateau,
Oh, Bleep the elf, she's a handful. Oh,
Pluck gets a little more angry.
sharper than a blade cutting through the sky.
And if you go too far before fixing the situation with the bed,
Bleep the
it's
elf,
game over.
awful mighty fine.
But we'll figure that out.
She don't bake cookies or stitch up shoes. She's too busy slinging her smart aleck views. With a twinkle
Let's see
in
how
her eye and a
much that fills the screen. Oh, I can go even bigger with that. Okay. Can I go up to 100?
Oh, Bleep the elf,
100
she's a
point?
handful,
What?
oh
Let's see.
my. Tongue sharper than a blade.
Yup, there it is. Okay.
Sky, cursing like a sailor, yet somehow divine. Bleep the elf got a mouthful mighty fine. She don't mean harm, she's just misunderstood. Her heart's buried somewhere under that toot of wood. But if you need a laugh or a straight shooting friend, Bleep has got your back right up to the end. At the North Pole bar, she's a legend in name, drinking eggnog and winning every swearing game. Her cranky little smirk is a sight to see. You'll never meet an elf with more honesty. Oh, Bleep the elf, she's a handful, oh my.
Basically, fam, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the chateau. And it took me a bit to figure out how I wanted to do this. Set up the chateau so that no matter where you go or what you do, you're messing something up and making Pluck that much more angry. Oh, man. Ferret, welcome back. Cheryl, may I touch your what? May I touch your tra-la-la? Oh, my gosh.
She don't bake cookies or stitch up shoes. She's too busy slinging her smart aleck views. With a twinkle in her eye and a curse on her lips. Even Santa himself gives her a wide skip. Oh, bleep the elf, she's a handful, oh my. Tongue sharper than a blade cutting through the sky. Cursing like a sailor, yet somehow divine.
Actually, you know what I need to do? I need to put Alfie's new song in this list, too. I need to put all the new songs in this list, actually. See where we're at. And I'm going to stop the playlist right there so that it doesn't start playing music we don't want it to play. And we'll get right back up to the top there. There we go. All right. Let's see. I think I'm going to add some additional facial expressions for the Mage because the Mage always smiling like that. Most of the time it's fine, but especially, and I'm realizing this, especially when dealing with Pluck, and I'm going to need to keep this in mind when we get back out to the main game too, because here we have Pluck. When we get out to the main game, Alfie's character becomes Bleep again. And it's just as much fun to deal with, so we're going to need that variety of facial expressions. To get this to all play out the way we want it to, basically. There we go. There we go. All right, let's give this a quick test and see if this works the way I would like it to. It is below character, right? Oh, we need player touch on that too. Okay. All right, let's give it a shot. See if it works the way we want it to. We can take it from there. Okay, it should happen when we walk through this square right here. Yup, there it is. You suddenly realize you weren't looking where you were going. My pool! I just had that cleaned! What is wrong with you people? Now you just tracked your plucking boots through it. Oh, man. We'll have the whole... Actually, no, we can't do that. We'll just line it up around the outside is what we'll do. So what we'll have to do, we'll have that as an intro. And then we'll have it fire a switch so that yes, okay. The first time you step in the pool, you should get that. After that, it's just going to go like splish splash or something like that when you're walking through it. And actually, okay. You know what? We'll do this the easy way. This will make it easier for me to take care of, because we're going to have multiple instances of this. So I'm going to turn this one into a common event real quick. Much more efficient. So the Mage's Rift, this is going to be Pluck Pool. And what it'll do after we're done with the conversation, because this way, when I come back to edit it, now I can copy and paste this as much as I want to. And when I come back to edit it, I'll only have to edit one event, is the idea. Common events, when you can use them, are by far the best way to go. You can't use them for everything, but you can use them for quite a bit, especially when you've got a lot of repetitive actions. Or a whole bunch of events you just need to do the same thing. So what I'll do is I will have it throw a switch. Let's see. Okay, and we want it to turn... okay, we do want it to turn that on. So it'll turn that on, and then... oh, easy enough. I can turn this into a conditional. So what we'll do is if Pluck Pool is on, we'll just have a quick text pop up that says, your feet are wet again. Okay. And then otherwise, okay. Oh, I need an else on this one. That's right. I'm going to need an else branch on this. There we go. So, once you've walked through it the first time, it's not going to put you through that whole rigmarole every time. It's going to just give you a quick message and you move on, is the idea. And now that I have all that in there, fam, excuse me. Allergies and heat. Allergies and heat. The day did go poof today. Yes, it did. Actually, yes, it did. But each time you walk through it, it should do something a little bit different. So let's make sure. I'm going to check that real quick. I'm sorry, fam. I don't know what that was. I'm not even sure that was allergies. All right. The first time we walk through it, it should do its normal thing. Sploosh. You suddenly realize you weren't looking where you were going. My pool, I just had that cleaned. What's wrong with you people? And the whole conversation takes place again. Now, when we walk back through it, nope. Okay. Let's see what we did wrong. Oh, because I'm being a dingbat. That's why. Okay, hang on a sec, fam. All I've got to do is call the common event. I forgot to do that in the main event. Hang on 1 second. We'll fix that. Common event. Pluck pool. Apply. Okay. Let's try that again and see if it works this time. Okay, so there's our sploosh in our conversation. We come back through a second time. You must really like wet feet. And what I'll do, fam, is I'll duplicate that so that every time you walk through the pool or walk through the water, it does that. So all I have to do now I'm going to put it just around the outside too, fam. Because if you're walking right up the middle of the pool, I don't want every block to be, you must really like wet feet. You must really like wet feet. You must really like wet feet. Oh, although I could do that, couldn't I? Nah, that's going to be, that crosses into annoying. That crosses into annoying. Diesel is shredding a paper bag. He isn't eating it, he's just tearing it up. It's fun, Ferret. It's fun for them. I wish I could get as much excitement out of a paper bag as a cat does. I gotta be honest. Let's see. Okay. Now, any one of the ones we walk into around the outside. Okay. Usual conversation, and then you must really like wet feet. You must really like wet feet. You must really like wet feet. So anytime you walk around the outside or walk in, and you can keep going, but you'll end up hitting the other one again. But that should work quite well, actually. And some of them like the noise, yes. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so fam. Many a dragon was slayed this day. We've gotten quite a bit done in terms of map-wise. I have a lot of programming and conversation I'm going to be dropping into these sections until we get together next week. Now, next week, fam, what we'll do is when we get back together, we're going to jump right back into Chateau De Pluck. We're going to finish that off. And then our next adventure, we are going to head south into the mountains. And we're going to be rescuing Lyra Lusalka, who is our next party member. And a lot of that we've already written together as a team. I'm really excited to build a lot of that into the game. All right, but we will cross that bridge when we get there next week. The first thing I'm going to do, fam, is I'm going to say goodbye to all of our friends.
A new intern joined the department. This should be fun.
Zays, thank you so much for the follow, by the way. Welcome to the family. It's good to have you here with us. All right, so fam, what we're going to do now is I'm going to say goodbye, actually, to all of our friends on YouTube. YouTube, thank you so much for joining us. We will be back on this channel again next week, next Tuesday, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern. Until I get to see you all then, much love. All right. And Twitch fam, hang on tight. We're not going anywhere just yet. We are going to, of course, raid in.